welcome to Treasury Notes, a show dedicated to the latest news and information from the office of West Virginia State Treasurer John Perdue. I'm your host, Gina Joynes. State Treasurer John Perdue strives to help all West Virginians secure their financial futures. Coming up, we'll take a closer look at preparing your retirement strategy. To do that, I'll be talking with John Fisher, Deputy Treasurer of the West Virginia Retirement Plus program. He'll have more on the state's deferred compensation plan and ways you can start saving for retirement now. Also on today's show, there are some new ways to increase your investments when saving for college. We'll have important information on saving for your child's education coming up. But first, reclaiming your past could mean a financial boost for the future. Millions of dollars have been returned to people and businesses in West Virginia through State Treasurer John Perdue's Unclaimed Property program. And there are millions more just waiting to be claimed. But before that happens, businesses and other unclaimed property holders must follow the correct reporting requirements. Recently, Treasurer Perdue held a series of workshops to teach professionals about the advantages of reporting unclaimed property. Here's more.
We returned last year $14 million to people around the state of West Virginia.
The West Virginia State Treasurer's Office is leading the nation in returning unclaimed property to its rightful owners. But before Treasurer John Perdue can pay out for an unclaimed property claim, hundreds of others play a part in the process.
It's because of people like you that make the difference in unclaimed property.
These business professionals or unclaimed property holders are the first to recognize money or property has gone unclaimed.
Property is presumed abandoned if it's unclaimed by the owner for the statutory time period.
From banks to small stores, businesses are required by law to report any property that goes without any activity for a designated period of time. The unclaimed property is then collected by the State Treasurer's Office, where it is processed and kept or auctioned. Money from this program is kept indefinitely until the original owners or their heirs come forward to claim the property. The state currently holds approximately 860,000 unclaimed property accounts worth $162 million. Some examples of unclaimed property include the contents of safe deposit boxes, utility deposits, balances from forgotten bank or savings accounts, and unredeemed stocks or bonds. You may even be able to claim unclaimed property that belonged to a family member who passed away. It's easy to find out if you have unclaimed property. You can do a free search online at wvtreasury.com. Recently, you may have seen an insert in your local newspaper listing the names of people who have unclaimed property on record. Now, these unclaimed property notices are only a partial listing. The quickest and easiest way to find out if you have unclaimed property is to search online. Again, the search is free. All you have to do is log on to wvtreasury.com. Well, some students and parents were recently invited to George Washington High School for a college savings seminar presented by the State Treasurer's Office. Treasurer Perdue had a clear message about the importance of higher education and the benefits of investing in your child's future. Here's more on that event and the opportunities available to you.
You want to be a millionaire? I tell kids all the time, go to college. You'll make $1 million more with a college education than you will with a high school education.
State Treasurer John Perdue is helping students and parents learn that smart futures start with Smart 529. West Virginia's official college savings program, the Smart 529, provides an opportunity for all West Virginians to save for higher education. Studies show that college graduates, on average, earn more than double the salary of someone with a high school diploma. That can add up to a difference of $1 million over a lifetime. That increased future earnings is just one reason Treasurer Perdue is urging parents to start saving early for their child's education.
More and more of our jobs today are requiring a college education.
While student loans are available, the more you save, the less you'll need to borrow for tuition and other expenses. That's where Smart 529 can help. It only costs $50 to start your college savings plan, and there are no minimum contributions. The money you save can be used for all college expenses, including books and supplies, and it can be used at thousands of eligible institutions. The Smart 529 plan also provides significant income tax benefits while you save.
Get a dollar for dollar tax break on your state income tax.
There are two ways to enroll in a Smart 529 College Savings Plan. If you want some support and guidance choosing your options, you can go through a financial advisor. If you're comfortable making your own investment decisions, you can enroll directly, either online or by mail. With either plan, you can contribute as much as you want, when you want. You can contribute automatically each month, directly from your checking or savings account, or make one-time contributions as you wish. This is a great gift for the holidays or any special occasion.
The best gift you can buy is $50 to start a Smart 529 program.
Programs like You Promise give you the chance to earn extra money for your college savings by doing the things you do every day. This free program offers cash rewards for shopping online, buying groceries, gasoline, eating out, and much more. All you have to do is sign up and your rewards are transferred automatically into your Smart 529 account. Your friends and family can even help out when they link their You Promise account to your Smart 529 plan.
Every time I fill up my tank, I earn 1% back into the You Promise program.
Making Smart 529 a part of your savings strategy can help put a college education within reach. You just heard a little bit about You Promise and You Gift. They are great ways to save, but there's another way to add money to Smart 529 accounts for people who qualify. Treasurer Perdue recently announced the Smart Savings Match program. Here's how it can help your savings grow.
When I grow up, I want to be an entomologist because I will get to study all kinds of bugs.
Ethan Anthony is well on his way to a dream career thanks to a Smart 529 college savings plan. State Treasurer John Perdue is committed to providing access to education for every West Virginian. For more than a decade, Treasurer Perdue has developed strong educational savings opportunities for families with initiatives like the Smart 529 College Savings Program. It only takes $50 to open a Smart 529 College Savings Plan. As you continue adding to your 529 plan, your investments accumulate tax-free, adding up to big savings. And now you can watch your savings grow even faster. The new Smart Savings Match will help you double your contributions. New account owners who qualify will receive a grant that matches their contributions dollar for dollar up to $500 a year. You can apply for the Smart Savings Match when you open a new Smart 529 account. To qualify for a Smart Savings Match grant, you must be a resident of West Virginia and the beneficiary must be 12 years old or younger. A chart outlining the income requirements can be found on the website smart529.com. While you're there, download an application or call 1-866-574-3542 to have one mailed to you. Applications for the current year are being accepted now. Boost your college savings, apply now for the Smart Savings Match, and help make dreams come true. Saving for college isn't the only way to invest in the future. Still to come, how the right strategy can secure your financial future all the way into retirement. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
We find all kinds of items, and that becomes unclaimed property, and it mounts into millions of dollars. It could be stock, it could be CDs, but it could also be a diamond ring or a gold watch of your dad's. We returned over $50 million to the people of West Virginia. I'm proud of that. You can go on our website, you can look at the names and see if your name's on there or someone that you recognize. We set the standards in the nation in returning unclaimed property.
Welcome back to Treasury Notes. I'm your host, Gina Joynes. We recently wrapped up National Save for Retirement Week. The week helps remind people to take a step back and picture where they'd like to be when they retire. The goal is to then turn that picture into reality. Joining me now to talk more about saving for retirement and West Virginia's Retirement Plus program is John Fisher, the Deputy Treasurer of the state's Deferred Compensation Plan. John, thanks so much for being here with us today.
It's good to be back, Gina. Thank you for having me.
Well, we recently recognized National Save for Retirement Week, which typically is in October of every year. Talk a little bit about the importance of this initiative.
Well, it's a national event. It was recently, there was a resolution the U.S. Senate passed 266 that made this event pretty much a presence nationally. It's in its 4th year, and it just encourages people to prepare for their retirement future, really. What we like to focus on during the week is asking our participants to meet with their financial advisor, look at their investment strategy, maybe update their beneficiary, or look at increasing their contribution amount.
Often people are in these retirement programs and they kind of forget about them once they've enrolled.
Yes.
So I think the emphasis, one of the emphasis, as you were saying, of this week is to really encourage people to re-examine what they're investing in, how they're investing,
That's
how
right.
much money they're putting back.
That's
I know
right.
that's something I should probably be doing as well.
We encourage folks to at least do it once a year. Sit down with a rep and look at your savings, if it's really enough for your retirement goals. Look at your investments to see if they're in line with your risk tolerance and your goals again. And just make sure your beneficiary information is current also. A lot of people go through life changes and they need to make sure that beneficiary is current.
You know, those days of big pension plans, Social Security really carrying you throughout your retirement days, those days are dwindling. Why is it so important to have the supplemental retirement plan?
You know, it's really important because the cost of everything is going up. The cost of living is going up. You mentioned big pensions. A lot of the private sector is doing away with pensions. We're fortunate as public employees to still have a good pension program. Social Security, another wonderful program. It's really being taxed by the baby boomers that are starting to enter the program at this time.
So let's talk a little bit about that. What are some of the different sources of retirement income? Of course, you have Social Security.
Sure. You have your pension plan, and we like to say the third leg of the stool is our 457 plan. We kind of go with a three-legged stool approach to retirement planning. The third leg can encompass just personal savings. It could be the 457 plan, an IRA, a 401k if you're in the private sector, or just, you know, CDs or a regular savings account. So you really need elements of all three to have a stable retirement future.
So let's talk about the 457 and who you are targeting as an audience. I mean, who can invest in this plan?
Pretty much any public employee in West Virginia can invest in our plan. So it's open to pretty much anyone, unless you're someone that's in a temporary or a seasonal employment status.
Now, you do have a lot of local entities out there, some of the political subdivisions out there that have adopted this plan, and it's worked out really well for them.
Yeah, we've had a lot of success with our local governments. We have 48 out of 55 counties that participate in our plan. We have about 50 cities, and then you have your other entities. You've got boards of health, boards of education. We have 4 of those now, public service districts. We have over 135 total political subdivisions that participate, and so any of those entities that have joined, their employees can save in our plan.
State Treasurer John Perdue took over this plan, and it's really grown under his supervision.
Yes.
Talk about some of the accomplishments since the plan has been under the Treasurer's office.
We've done well with the plan. Treasurer Perdue kind of cast a vision in July of 2006 when we got the plan via legislation, and he really wanted us to have one of the premier retirement plans in the country. And so we hired a consultant, and we really took some tips from them as far as our investment menu, our customer service platform, and we made a lot of improvements to our plan to really have one of the best plans out there. And secondly, one of the things that the Treasurer wanted to do was open it up to local governments. And as I mentioned, we have 135 of those that participate, and we didn't have one of them in July of '06. So we've had tremendous growth.
Do you get some great feedback from these subdivisions that do acquire this plan? I mean, their employees are now investing into this, and we have a lot of success stories with that.
We really do. The nice thing for a political subdivision, if they're an entity that has maybe 50 employees or less, they can join our large pool and benefit from our good investment options and the lower fees on our options. Because of our growth, we've been able to negotiate better investments and lower fees for those entities. I think we have doubled our participant base from around 5,000 to almost 12,000 now. Our assets have increased by 40 million since we took over the plan, and with that comes a lot of economies of scale for these smaller entities that want to join our plan.
So now's a good time to point out that if you do work for a county or a city and they have not adopted the 457 plan, now's the time to encourage them to go up to your human resource person or your boss and encourage them to adopt the 457 plan, because it's a great benefit to them.
Yes, and it's an easy process too. You simply fill out a resolution form and an employer adoption agreement. We go before whatever the governing body is and make a presentation, and most of the entities will join it. It doesn't cost them a thing to join. It's just another benefit they can offer to their employees.
Yeah, it's really a great deal. And you said it's an easy process for the political subdivisions to join those counties and cities to join the program. But it's also an easy process if you are a state employee, if you are a government employee, to sign up for the 457.
Yes.
There's not a lot of work involved.
Yeah, it's even easier because state agencies are automatically qualified for our plan. So if you're an employee, basically to get started, you just have to fill out one form that's on our website and then pick your investment options with ING. So it's really an easy process. Their contributions come out payroll deducted, and it lowers their taxable income when they participate.
A lot of people, when they start investing in a retirement savings plan, they're a little shy as to they don't really know the strategy, they don't know what to invest in. But another great thing about the 457 is that we do partner with ING, and you do have people there who can help you along the way.
That's right. We have 3 reps statewide. They can help our participants with their investment strategy, retirement planning, and kind of point them in the right directions for those questions that you have at the outset. So they can really tailor a plan for them that best meets their needs.
And what about how much to invest? I know that's always the question. When people start out and they're making no money, $10 out of your paycheck is better than nothing, right?
That's right. $10 is the minimum. I'm glad you mentioned it. So $20 a month. For $20 a month, you can start a plan. And it's really, depending upon your tax bracket, it doesn't even cost you $20 out of your net pay. It could cost you like $17.50, for example, instead of $20. But the maximums, you can go clear up to $16,500 if you're under the age of 50 annually, and $22,000 if you're over the age of 50. So there's a range where a lot of people can participate, the very smallest amount to a large amount each year.
And now's a good time to invest because we are still honoring the matching grant program, correct?
That's right. We're in our last year, and if you're a new state employee and you come on board with the state, if you join our plan, you can still be eligible for our matching plan. We're actually in the 5th year of our plan, but we'll have another deposit in September of 2012. Treasurer Perdue is probably going to go back to the legislature and see if we can get this plan extended. It's been one of the big reasons we've had such explosive growth in our plan.
How does that matching grant program work?
Basically, if you put in $17 a pay or $34 a month over a fiscal year, July 1 through June 30th of a fiscal year, you can put in $400 into your account and the state will match you $100. So it's kind of like a 25% match on a $400 deposit.
So if you are investing in the West Virginia Retirement Plus plan and you're not investing at least $17 a month, you're losing some major money here.
Yeah, you're leaving some money on the table, that's for sure. So we encourage everyone to at least put in that $17 per pay. And one note too on matching too, we have some local governments that are matching now using their own funds.
That's great.
We have 3 and maybe 4 cities that are matching now, so it's really good for folks.
So they're saying to their employees, hey, if you invest in the 457,
that's right.
If you start putting money in, we're going to match it up to so much money.
Exactly.
That's a great opportunity for workers around the state. Let's just talk more about the tax benefits of investing in this program. I know that that's really an incentive too, as opposed to just, I mean, there are all different ways to save. You could be putting money just in a savings account, but you're really not making out.
That's a very good point. A savings account doesn't lower your taxable income because it doesn't come out pre-tax. And there's really 3 components to the tax savings in our 457 plan. Number 1, any amount that you put in each pay period is going to lower both your state and federal income taxes because it comes out pre-tax. Number two, for some income brackets, you can get federal tax credits on top of the, lowering your state and federal taxes. So if you have someone that has an adjusted gross income of maybe $33,000 to, I think it goes up to $55,000 this year, they may be eligible for some tax credits. So that's another way that it helps you in tax purposes. And thirdly, all of your contributions and any earnings on those contributions grow tax deferred, so you don't have to pay taxes on those until you draw them at retirement, and that's when you're most likely in a lower tax bracket.
Are there limits to what you can contribute in this plan?
Yes, the minimum, as I mentioned, is $10 per pay period. Annually, you can put in $16,500 if you're under the age of 50, $22,000 if you're over the age of 50, and I believe if you're in your last 3 years of your retirement and you have not contributed in years past, you can contribute up to $33,000 for those that can do that.
For those of us that can.
Yeah, not many can do that, but it's a situation where it does come into play sometimes because you may sell real estate or you get an inheritance and your accountant tells you to maximize your employer savings plan to lower your taxable income. So
yeah, there are definite reasons why you might need to know that. Really, for this plan, you can also, they make it very easy because you don't have to remember every month.
Right.
With the way things are today, banking is very easy, and you can get this deducted right out of your paycheck.
Yeah, it comes right out of your paycheck. We like to say set it and forget about it, because you don't have to really do anything. It comes out automatically and it benefits you, and it'll be there for your retirement.
Let's just talk about retirement in general, and we know that the life expectancy age has really skyrocketed in recent years. So people are living longer, and saving for retirement, you don't do it the same way you used to because of that factor.
That's exactly right.
Talk about a little bit about the way things are changing for people who are planning for retirement.
Well, there's many reasons people are living longer, which is a good problem to have.
Yes.
But the real problem is that your money has to last you longer. And we've had a lot of medical advancements, genetics, whatever it is, but a 65-year-old male has a 1 in 2 chance of living to age 84. A 65-year-old female has a 1 in 2 chance of living to age 88.
Wow.
So basically, we're living longer, and our retirement savings has to last us longer, and that's why we have to prepare for it.
Can you give some examples of how the longer we live, the more that inflation matters?
Yes, I can. One of the statistics that's out there that's very interesting and it's very telling is if you have someone that's on a $30,000 fixed income, in 20 years, at just 3% inflation, their buying power is really cut in half. So as the prices of goods and services are going up and they're staying on this fixed income, it really cuts their buying power to about $15,000 per year. So that's an example of how inflation can really hurt you if you're on a fixed income.
Wow. What are some factors to consider when you're trying to come up with that investment strategy?
We have a lot of different investment options. We have 25 from a variety of fund families, but it's really up to the individual. We have a lot of people that use our stable value investment option. It pays 3.12% right now, which is a really good rate of return if you compare it to a lot of bank accounts out there right now. That option is guaranteed, and the interest rate is reset every quarter, but it's really not in the stock or bond market. So for those who are really conservative and don't want to see a lot of fluctuation in their account value, they can try that. For those that would like to get in the market, they can pick any one of our investment options. They can choose a stock fund or a bond fund or one of our index funds. And then there's a third option, which is really our managed accounts, and there are target date funds, and they're from Fidelity. And what those are is you kind of pick your retirement date, and then you just let it be professionally managed for you. And then when you get to retirement, it gets really conservative. So you start out a little more aggressive, put a little more in stocks, and as you move towards your retirement day, like 2025, 2035, it gets more conservative. They put more of your assets in bonds and cash as you get closer to your date.
And there are advisors who can help you
Sure.
make these decisions.
Yes, yes. We have 3 statewide, and they can offer investment guidance and really tailor a plan that's going to be good for an employee and to meet their goals.
Talk a little bit about technology very quickly. I know that we have seen a lot of advancements in technology, and we've used these to better the program. As I said, people can get this directly taken out of their paycheck, but we also have some other things we're working to do.
We have a really good website, Gina, and our IT department has done a wonderful job in constructing that. But you can do a lot of things on there. There's retirement calculators out there. There's one called My Retirement Outlook, and it's a place where public employees can go and put in their savings amount currently, and it'll actually tell you how much you need to save when you get to retirement. You put in your goals, and it factors in Social Security for you. It'll put in your pension amount because it's really tailored to West Virginia public employees, and it kind of tells you, how much you need to save. Secondly, you can go out to our website and you can set up a meeting with your advisor online. We have online account access where you can link to your ING account also. So there's a variety of technology that's really helping us, be better prepared for retirement.
And do people still receive the statements in the mail?
We don't do the quarterly statements anymore. You can access your account daily if you want, and quarterly statements are available online if you want to access those online. If you don't sign up for electronic delivery of your statements, you can get a paper statement annually. But kind of going away from that, Treasurer Perdue wanted to kind of get away from that as a cost savings method for us. And what it's helped us do is lower some of our investment option fees. So it's really been a benefit for our participants.
For those people who aren't really doing much to invest in their retirement now, what's your pitch to them? What would you tell them to just explain to them the importance of this?
It's never too late to get started. We have people in their 60s that enroll in our plan, and they say, hey, any amount that I can put in that can help me build a little nest egg for retirement, I'm going to do it. So if you're a young employee, it's never too, it's never too early to begin. If you're a more tenured employee, it's never too late to start saving for retirement.
A lot of employees say, well, I want to start saving, or I want to put more money back. I just can't do it right now.
We hear a lot of that, and times are tough, and particularly a lot of our spouses are out of work and things of that nature. But $10 a pay, and when you factor in the cost savings, through the taxes, it's like $7 a pay, $14 a month. If you look at what you spend on a Coke or a candy bar at the snack machine, it's usually about that if you look at it on a monthly basis. So we feel like that most people can participate, not all, but we feel that most people can take a little bit and put it away for retirement.
And you have to look long term, right?
Sure, you do. It's something where a lot of people, they get distracted by the ups and downs of the market, but if you have a long-term time horizon, that's really the best way to approach it. So a little bit at a time, make sure you have your investment strategy right, and try to increase your savings amount as you get a raise or as your life circumstances change.
And again, earlier in the show we were talking about just reviewing your plan every once in a while. That's an important thing to do. That's
very important. And one of the things that we offer, in addition to a one-on-one meeting, we're doing a lot of classes at the Treasurer's Office Training Center. We offer Investing 101, financial planning. There's one called Staying the Course about the ups and downs of the stock market. So we have kind of a one-on-one approach or a group approach if you prefer that.
Any last thoughts as we wrap up this interview?
Just encourage folks to save. Do as much as you can because it gets here, more quickly than we realize. So, it's a wonderful program. We have a lot of good investment options, a very good service platform. So I encourage anyone that's not in it to take a look at it at least.
And you want to enjoy your retirement,
right? That's right.
That's the key.
That's exactly right.
All right, yes. John Fisher, thank you so much for joining us here today. That wraps up today's show. Remember, you can always get the latest news and information from our website at wvtreasury.com. Keeping you informed on the Library Television Network, I'm Gina Joynes with the Office of West Virginia State Treasurer John Perdue.